Hello, hello.
Okay. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Oh my God. Jaquetta. I see you on staying steadfast on the program for health. You on mute. So did you hear anything?
Hey,
Yo, did you hear anything I said?
no, what's up?
Yeah, that's what I figured. I see you on the
I,
program for health by all means necessary. That is wonderful. That's beautiful. That's what we need in our society today. Health, health is what we need.
all right, that's a little better.
All right, it's a little
Have
bit
my
better,
what's today going today?
huh?
I didn't have my earbuds today.
They they have earbuds today. Well, we're
No.
here,
So what's
Black
going
Marriage
on?
and Family. Hey man, everything and nothing.
Let's
But
see.
I really, it's just so many things that's going on right now, and I feel like we're missing a lot of them. We're missing a lot of them.
Mm. So
So,
what's the one thing that you are so invested in that we're missing? What's on your top three?
well, listen, it's not we missing it. First, let me welcome everybody again to Black Marriage and Family, uh, healthy Black marriage and family. Opportunity to have conversation about Black marriage and family and relationships and so in my day to day processes and work and just observation, it is very clear that there is a battle going on for the souls of Black people, right? And at some point, we are at some place becoming like, I don't know if we becoming, what is this? What is man saying? Some message there? Oh, okay. All
Oh
right.
yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
so at some point, we are becoming so in like a battle. I mean, even to the point, and I feel like at this point, the battle is becoming a war, and we starting to see casualties not based on not based on us really being that's what we want to do, just because we kind of following this trend that I don't even think is real for us. You know,
Education of Black women. So I want to talk about the miseducation of the Black woman and
yeah,
dating Black men.
all right. Listen, we gonna get to
Yeah,
that.
I think that-
We listen. We're gonna
'cause
listen.
you know you cutting into my gym time, right? I'm trying to get.
You
I'm
trying to
really
get
trying to make
educated,
other people healthy. I got to keep myself healthy though,
right? You
first
trying to
and
get
foremost.
educated.
And
I
so
got
maybe
you. I got you.
maybe that's part of miseducation of of black women dating black men. You know, part of it is understanding each person, the black man and the black woman. But you know, another issue that I really want to delve in, and let me first say this. I have a lot of black male friends, right, that I speak to on a daily basis. And I'm not against my black women. And I always, as a matter of fact, you spoke to one of the gentlemen who came on before. I speak to him daily.
Mhm.
And we were just talking about, he was just speaking about how uh, his wife had an issue with him touching her, right?
Touching her.
And
I mean, what do you mean touching her? I mean,
just touching her,
not
showing
touch.
affection, showing affection,
Oh,
showing
she didn't.
affection,
She don't
giving
want
her a
affection.
hug, giving her a hug in the morning before he left for work. It turned into a whole brawl just because he wanted to give her a hug. But he's saying that he's learning his wife even after 24. They'll be married 24 years this next week, and he's still continuously learning. And I think that that's one thing about the miseducation when we get into relationships now. The men and women, we don't really get to learn one another. You jump into this relationships, even if you've been with the person for 10 years, 15 years, you still don't really know the person. You're just having a relationship with the personality, and that's the difference.
Right. Okay. Well, let me say this. We are, and I wanted to listen. This is so expansive that this is just part one because what I did is I found this guy and his want to show his name and show his information. So we're looking at. So this is where this really comes from. The
Mm-hmm.
miseducation of black women about dating black men by the median man. And so
Mm-hmm.
just so so just to be very clear, I want to make sure I share his information so people can go check him out. We're not here to dispute anything or to argue, but we're going to use his uh, uh, educational information that he shared on a post, and I think we're going to kind of have some discussion over the next, probably this discussion is not one that is one session, one night. Probably going to have this conversation, probably for about 2 months because
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take us into a lot of things. I think that we as a group of people, we really as that we really need to be looking into. We can't just continue to pretend like. And let me also say this: something that was so powerful a couple weeks ago. Um, I think it was on Sunday. My good friend Frenchie Davis, who has a radio show in New York on B BAI. Um, the uh, It normally at 2 o'clock afternoon. So if you see, you can go there. And I would say had a guest on, a good friend of hers, uh,
Mm-hmm.
talking about friendship and what friendship looks like in relationships. And
Mm-hmm.
so the commentator said something that was to me that was very powerful. Is that she was saying that when she's looking in a relationship, how she finds relationship, she doesn't look for people to be in relationships with. She looks for relationships among the people who are friends. And she said, because who are the people that you would more want to be, if you're friends, there is this place that things happen. So we're gonna get it. We're not gonna get into that tonight, but I just wanted to introduce some of the topics that this guy, medium man, presented in this very long, as I would say, document uh, called the miseducation of black women about dating black men. Now, you know, this is just for us as a group, as us to just to evaluate, look at, maybe be able to shed some light, some conversation on it in a way that hopefully might help some people to think about it in another way or think about it, and different dynamics. So let's go. What do you think? What are you thinking about when you see these
When I just see the title,
yeah, when you see the title, what's the first thing come to your mind? Because I know what the first thing came to my mind.
I mean, when I'm just, well, as an English language arts, former English language arts teacher of middle school and breaking this down, the first words that I see is the miseducation of black woman, the first half, before we even get to the conjunction, the miseducation of the black woman. So this is right here telling me that there are things that black women do not know. And it's about dating the black man, just dating. So we need to also break down the forms of what we call dating. What are the
Mm,
rules behind dating? So what is the black woman misinformed about? What don't we know? So that means that there are some questions that need to be answered. So when I see that, I would get curious to read this because I would be like, well, what is it that I don't know? What is it that I need to know? Because maybe I want to know something that's gonna make um my situation better with being with a black man. So
I, listen. I would say
curiosity leads to the questions.
I, I, I definitely say that, and I would say this right now to people: if you're interested, hey, we're here. You definitely can come in the room, come to the audience, come to the stage. You can send your messages on uh, YouTube and on Facebook, and we can, kind of answer some questions. Even really, I think one of the bigger things is to get people's comments and concerns about what we're talking about tonight, because I think that that's where a lot of things work out, is where we're having a conversation, not just as individuals, but a conversation as a community. And I think community conversations always seem to, do us well as a people. So,
Well,
so I throw that out there in the mix. So let's go to the first document in his
hmm
in his presentation. And this first document,
the
um,
population. Hmm.
yeah, talking about the total black population. And obviously, some of this information is is clearly information that, as I would say, is he shows citations of where it comes from, and where it is, and estimate. And look, we're talking about, this is estimated of 2024.
Yes.
The idea of black males. Um,
Yeah, the ratio is 108 black women for every 100 black men. Never
well,
married.
I don't
Hmm.
understand what that was.
And it's,
No, no, no. Let's go back to the population. I don't get.
hmm when
Well,
they
maybe
talk about how males versus females, well, they're basically just saying right here that there are less male than female in the total black population. Therefore, the ratio of male to female is definitely going to be a higher rate of women to men.
Well, but then I mean, okay, so that's just the statistic saying here are the men, here are the women, right? Now let us get a little bit more deep, me and you, because we know we can get a little bit more deeper than that. And the deeper part that we can get is the idea and the fact that hey, uh, what are these men and women? How are they operating? I mean, you know, are these men looking for women? Are these women looking for men? Um, and if they're not, then that's changing some of the demographics totally in that whole picture.
But then they go down to talking about the ones that are never married. Between it says 18 and older. 18. 18 is a very tender age.
Right. But I mean, they using that because we do
Adults.
so many things that's inequated. The idea of we look at the inequative of history and the idea of starting off early, having a family, having kids, and the earliest that we can say respectively that people are doing this is at 18. When you know that could be the case or it could not be.
But where is this taken from? This is he's doing this based on
Well,
the
right here
total,
it says
says
that
the total population.
these statistics that he has is from the U.S.
Yeah,
Census
U.S. Census Bureau. Yeah, I see that.
2025 and a Pew Research Center 2024. Both of these are from 24. So you know, I mean, again, we're looking at just as I would like to say, this data is kind of like basic because it doesn't break up who and who the people are. Like, okay, you can say married, never married. That's one thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those people trying to get married to someone of the opposite sex. Some of the people might be trying to get married to somebody of the same sex.
Which is definitely not unusual these days. So,
Well, I mean, I think that one of the parts that we definitely can see it is way more, you know, common and almost becoming mainstream in a very large sense. Hold on, let me see. It look like somebody trying to get in here. Let's see who this is. Hello, good night. Good night. Welcome to Black.
Salutations.
Oh my God. Welcome to Black. Now we're gonna let I'm gonna just tell you right now, before you come on here with your trolling and all your stuff, brother. We having serious conversation. If you're not here to be serious, talk truth to power. We cutting you off here. Can we? Can we?
What's the discussion on now?
This what I'm talking about. This
What it
what I'm
say?
talking.
it's
No,
the
no. I want to
the
make
mis.
sure that cause you get off topic. You could be talking about fight the power and black people getting out there. Next thing you talk about how you like certain cheese on your salami.
No, tonight we just talk. Actually, to give you an update, so you get a good
Okay,
understanding. Let me go back so you can see what we're actually talking about. We're looking at this document
miseducation.
that this document that this brother put out on. I think it was on Instagram, and it was like it's
Uh
like
huh.
30 something slides of information talking about this. And I wanted to use our platform and also give this brother his props for his work he done to put this together. People can go to this YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, check out his thing. But I wanted us here at the Black Marriage and Family, a healthy Black Marriage and Family podcast, if you want to call it a podcast, we just call it a show, to kind of discuss some of the slides and I think in another aspect. So we right now we're looking at the slide Right now, we're looking at the slide that's talking about the
How
total.
many slides is it?
Man, the slide. We're not talking about all the slides tonight. This just the first episode,
Okay.
the first part. But we're just
This
opening it
first
up.
slide is just basically talking about the population of black males versus black females, and then it goes on to talk about, as you see right here, that those who were never married. So Ron dispute.
Okay. Well, there's a problem with this slide.
Hmm.
The problem with the slide is that it's missing some critical information. Like when you go to a HBCU, the first thing they tell you is that the amount of females to males in that population, and then there's a that number. I think it was like 41 when I was in school. For every male, there was 40 females. But then if you take in the amount of males that don't like vagina, that goes up to like 60 to 1. So that those numbers are kind of off, especially when you're talking about heterosexual marriage. But continue.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we were before you came on. We was just having that discussion. We was just saying that these statistics can definitely at some point be screwed because you're just saying right now never been married adults, men and women, but you're not saying what we know today in the terminology is their orientation or their what they identify as and
Yeah, I'm Bigfoot.
all that. And so
Yeah.
here is and so he says here, this is not a reason to say there are no suitable men. So one of the things that I guess his argument is in this story is that we're always hearing this argument that there is no suitable men, there are no men out there. Uh, and I get these statistics are to show us that hey, the numbers are not that off. They're not
Uh,
that off.
oh, well, here's the next thing that you have to take into consideration. Uh, how many of those quote unquote? Wait, no. So I don't see any like asterisks or anything like that. When you say suitable men, there are some men that are out here that's that's by science are defined as men, but they might
Hmm.
not be mentally all there. Obviously,
Well, that
stressors and
leads that leads to the fact that, like, what is the definition of suitable? Because
yeah.
there's somebody for everyone, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
what is the definition of what are we talking about? The definition of suitable? Are we talking about just a provider? Are we talking about a person who is just going to take care of the bills financially? Because there are relationships that do thrive off of black relationships that do thrive off of whether or not the male versus the female is the breadwinner, the caretaker, the provider. And there is a balance that if the man is not working, the woman is the breadwinner, she's going to work, the man is taking care of the kids. So, what is suitable? What is a suitable man? Does that mean the man is going to take care of, of all of the shopping and the care and cleaning of the house? Are the roles reversed? What is suitable?
What?
You know,
Well, you got to add on that.
you talking
The
white
way
picket
everybody,
fence?
the no, the way everybody out here on honey packs and Viagra suitable might just be a stiff one. So a lot of men out here can't get erections because they eating poorly and got bad health habits. So how many of that 23 million got erectile dysfunction? Does yeah,
Yeah,
that
sexual too.
they might
Well,
not be suitable.
well, I mean, again, we're talking we're talking about this and I think this is again I want to say that this was that we're only using this as for entertainment purposes, information to evaluate it in a way to talk about how when we're dealing with people day to day because this was put out as a manual for you women to take note to right
No, he used Chat GPT or AI to figure out how to remix the Steve Harvey book so he can go get him a nice car.
Come
That's
on,
what he
hey,
did.
man, stop.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Come on.
Everybody out here looking for a bag, unless they got hoops in their ears and dashikis on, and gray beards and stuff like that. Let's talk about old Dabo Jack.
Let me zoom in.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm only saying and bringing that up because and listen, I can't argue one bit on that fact. This that is because one of the suitable things to be a man is that you got to have a bag. But I think because no woman want to be with a man who ain't got a bag. But then that's one of the biggest lies there is because there's a whole bunch of women who are with men who they don't have a bag, but they do have a good relationship with each other. They understand that the plight not just for them and their man, but also the plight for themselves. There was this big, there was this big, we know that they had the big thing like, the women are doing it big, they got all the job. But listen, if you didn't know and recognize that when your boy Trump became in office, he changed that dynamic for a lot of people. And so if you didn't have a core job like me and Jake, we have core jobs. The likelihood of us not having a job, we might not be getting paid a whole bunch, but we will always have a job unless they start using Chat GPT to teach the kids, and that's probably never gonna happen. Because the kids
I
was
I
just
think I think you're trying to I think you're showing toxic relationship guru behavior right now because you're you're focusing on uh
No, no. Me-
Blanco capitalism and this thing of money and a bag, which technically means nothing in our culture and matriarchal used to be dominated culture. Yeah. So I think the focus should not be on the bag because people have heard that enough about how the bag and the bag and the bag and the bag and technically um, the word marriage is even chopped up and diced and screwed because Blanco marriage ain't even the same as our marriage culturally. So I think uh, I think if we could quote the Honorable uh, Umar Johnson, you know, besides his Snow Bunnies never, our culture is confused on what we're actually supposed to be doing and getting into. So besides money aspect, because ain't nobody got that now. What should they be focusing on? Because those numbers are often skewed. There's so many parameters. So you might want to go to the next slide and stop talking about the capitalism of Caucasians that
okay.
have our Nubian sisters messed up in the head and using roses off of Amazon.
Okay. Listen. I would agree with you. I don't want. I don't want because the next slide is going to even put us in a bigger bind
mhm.
Hmm.
because this is the truth about incarceration
Thank you.
in the black community, and of the 48.2 million black Americans, 703,000
Just seven. Yeah, yeah. You know, you,
703,000 are
you know
incarcerated. That's
the
1.46% of black Americans.
listen. Let me say this to you, right? And again, a lot of a lot of our problems in marriage, right? Um, and not just marriage, in relationships, you know, situationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, even side chick stuff, right? A lot of the issues that we have is this facade of the American dream created by Caucasians, right? So the average black person really doesn't understand how many of us are in the country, whether or not that number, even that 43 million, is wrong, or if that 703,000 is wrong. But like, if you take that number and give everybody 2,000 square feet, give them 1,500 square foot house, put them in there, all of us could fit in Rhode Island, right? Like that all of us could, every black person could fit in Rhode Island and still have millions of acres left, based off their numbers, right? But the numbers that they feed us in like these TikToks and these YouTubes and even in the census, these are all marketing uh uh material to get us to think a certain way, act a certain way, live a certain way, and make our decisions that put uh assets, revenue, and power in Caucasians' pockets. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm.
Um, so again, even looking at these numbers, it further tells you, because everybody like, oh, I can't find a black man. They was on Phil Donahue back in the day when I was at my babysitter. Phil Donahue, oh, the black man is in jail. Then Ricky Lake, the black man is in jail. Then you see Jerry Springer and they fighting, and the black man is in jail. So then when women out here like, I can't find nobody because he in jail. Like, I can't lose no weight because I'm big boned. No, it's because you eating Doritos. You know what I'm saying? Everybody find excuse to not be where they supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one thing that needs to be focused on in just black relationships in general, because there's a facade of marketing. Like even the Atlanta Housewives or the Persians on the Lifetime show, all that is marketing of vehicles, clothing, tile in from floor and decor, marble, you know, that's all facades. We got to get to the Umar Johnson root cause that we need to unbrainwash our black ass. Okay, I'm back.
So I mean, but really, I agree. And listen, I agree with you 100%. And I think that this slide, I give this slide some justification, and I say that it is a true. And when we talk about, for me, I talk about the miseducation of Black Americans, or Black people in general, about us as the people, because somehow you would have us to believe that of all the prisons in the United States of America, they're nothing but full with Black people. And that could be the farthest from the truth, because the United States is not full with, there are states in the United States that Black people are like 0.1%.
South Dakota.
You know, and then you're saying, oh, well, and South Dakota don't have one prison. You understand? So South Dakota has multiple prisons in South Dakota that have nothing but white people in them, right? And if they do have a Black guy in them, he is like I said, the 0.1%.
That's gonna be Fed time. That ain't gonna be no state time. That's gonna be Fed time. Yeah.
Right. So
yeah, because he get imported.
This is a great. I mean, this slide is a good one to break down the idea of believing that, hey, that incarceration in our community, 97% of Black men are free and not incarcerated.
Hey, I got a question. A question. Okay, in your picture box, right? That says Black marriage and family. How come the female's halo is bigger than the male's halo? Where you did you create this on AI? Is this some Elon Musk propaganda?
I did not create this on AI. It actually came from a cover of.
I thought the Black man was the head of the household.
But he is the head of the household. But listen, I would listen. He
The
is
woman is just the angel. She's an angel.
he is the
That's
no no
uh,
all.
no.
the the the
No
the
no
woman
no no.
is.
Hold on, Slee. Hold on.
She's faultless.
Hold on, Bigfoot. Let me call you by. I almost slipped and said your real name. Uh, the woman, and this is important for our community as the Black people. We need to recognize and identify life comes through the woman, and if the
All day.
original, the Black woman,
Amen.
her halo, if you're concerned about a halo being a little bit bigger than the
Amen
man,
Ra.
it's only because to remind us that she is the giver of the life. We are
Hey,
she is the maker of the life. We are, but don't forget that we are the giver of the life. She would not make the life. She would not facilitate the life without us giving it to us. But it's going to make her her halo bigger because that's what we also need to remember that by all means, we need to protect her first. We need to make sure, a lot of different things is occurring there. So so
wait,
I know you're looking
wait,
at.
wait, 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 wait. So with that being said, does that mean that the female is the bag in the in melanated culture?
What do you
Listen to
mean?
what you just.
What do you
But
mean?
I mean, but okay. So earlier you were talking about how money and all that stuff is important, but in actuality, what is important is the female in the relationship, and that
Well,
and
what I'm saying is,
Why? Okay, the female is important. You said she's the most important.
shimanama shimanama
I
weda,
don't know. I don't
shimanama
agree with that. I
shimanama
feel
weda.
like
The female is
I
the circle of life.
no, I don't know.
right,
See
but that doesn't.
now you trying to
She's the
twist.
circle. She's the most important in the situation.
And I think this is where I know you're trying to
Not
be.
money.
No. I know you're trying to be facetious, right? And I think a part of that facetiousness is what we're trying to get away from in our community because I think so important. We have to remember that we are not standing in a line to go first. We are a circle. That matter of fact, those halos are circles. And if you was to
Hmm.
line all of them to get line this family together in one straight line, there'll be one circle that you would see. You wouldn't see the different sides. You would see one unity of a circle that we
Mm.
have to get back to in our community here that was instilled in us back from the old days, but before we even knew what Caucasians was.
Mm.
I got a thing in my room that take us all the way back before even the existence of even knowing what white people was when we were living in the land that's called Africa now, but it's the original birthplace. And
Um,
those different kind of dynamics. So I hear
hey,
what you're saying, brother.
eh, yo,
So
don't talk about your light skinned cousins from the Caucasus Mountains like that.
wait, listen, we're not here to talk about them because this is black
Come
marriage.
on, man. Next slide. Everybody ain't in jail, and those black men, a percentage of them that go to jail, they want to be there for a reason. That's a whole nother podcast show. Even
All right, so
they they in the closet.
let's go to the next one.
I still find it amazing that on Def Comedy Jam, it was a big joke to toss salad with jelly and stuff, but now everybody want to eat groceries because of rap artists that were at P Diddy parties. Yeah,
Uh,
even
let me listen, man. I know you like to say a lot of stuff, man. I just sometimes is it
yeah,
necessary or not necessary? But
yeah.
I want to see one. I want us to see one thing, and I took off the tic tac at the bottom, so we see it said there is no reason to say that all the good black men are in jail or prison. So this is again. This is enough. So this guy. So what I'm seeing here is what he begins to do is he is giving statistics and then making a statement about what in many instances, and I want to say this is something that he has a feeling that women are saying because I think Sister Jaiquetta will say, maybe some of these things that's being said as a woman, she doesn't see them. And I wish Sister Phan was here because she would definitely probably say what she's seeing and not seeing. And definitely people out there, you can drop a line, drop a line, drop a note, drop something in there, and we'll see what you say. Even if you can be like be like my man right here, just come on down to the
Hey, Jaiquetta, why you got on the Streets
Cause
of
I'm at
Rage
the
gloves?
gym. I'm
You
at
at
the
the gym?
gym.
Hey, listen,
Yes.
that's what I'm talking about, man. That's sexy. That's what I'm talking about. She at the gym, getting it in. She finna go in there and Tybo with Billy Blanks so she can fight the oppression of the black race. That's what I'm
Mm,
talking about. Should have bought a
yeah.
Honda.
all right, let's go.
Yes,
But I'm
Let's go
here right
slide.
now.
that's what I'm
Let's
talking about. But
let's
you
go
ready
slide.
though? You ready though? You
So
woke up this morning with the intent to exercise and you're in there, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
all right, let's go to our
Okay, I'm sorry.
next slide. We only got a couple more minutes for the night.
Man, we got plenty of time. Ain't
Oh, we
nobody
got
got no night jobs.
no. We did definitely. We spent a lot of. We were late tonight, and
Okay, let's see here. What we got here?
the next slide. The next slide is one that when I read, I thought was amazingly interesting. It may be a little blurry on your end, but you can read. Look careful, and I'll break it down. So this slide is talking about the contradictory of the black community's belief
Hmm.
that black men and black women are equally yoked when it comes to college degrees. That this statistic is saying that black men
Where did he
22.
get this information from?
He give us a tip. I'm gonna go see. We're gonna see where he give it.
Yeah.
22.3% black men have bachelor degrees or higher, where for black women, 29.3% have bachelor degree or higher.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
on this list, but hold on, this is the key thing. Both rank number 3 on their respective gender categories, which that's too blurry. Let me go to my note.
hey, hey, listen, man. Let me call uh cow feces. Okay. So there's something called the Divine Nine that you a part of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got the AKAs, the Zetas, the Deltas, and the SG rows, right? Then you got the Qs, the Kappas, the Alphas, and the Sigmas, and then you got the Iotas. You know what I'm saying? So there's what, 5 male organizations, and then there's 4 female organizations. If you take the Deltas and the AKAs, they outnumber all the 5 male organizations put together. So that's why I got to see where he getting this information from. You follow what I'm saying?
Well,
That
but
that's that's
see, I think a big problem, and listen, and I agree with you because every season now this is the season right now, right? We know that this is the season when people are going over and having the big lines of 75, 130, uh, you know, 166, uh, 90, 97. You're seeing that. And I was saying that to myself this season, and I said it before because there was a chapter somewhere in Atlanta that they had crossed like 200 and something people. And I was like, listen, can you imagine how much money they made from that? Because really,
well, listen, I ain't worried about the money they made. But you could, and their dues are actually higher than our dues. So they're not equally yoked, no kind of way, just based off them correlations there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How you feel about that? You quit on the treadmill?
Yeah, I had to get it in because it's a lot of talking taken away from my time. But when they say that we are evenly yoked educationally, black men and black women, I never really looked. I mean, and I graduated from the HBCU. Uh, from what I can even remember, just sitting on the line, I don't know if these statistics may be right. because I can remember a lot more black females being on that line to go get a degree than men.
Thank you. See,
Well,
and you got the
And I
halo
mean, yes,
behind you.
I
hold
may
on, hold on,
take it.
hold on,
It was
hold
just
on, hold
one
on, hold on,
school,
hold on, hold on.
but when,
Let me help
and
y'all. Let me help
what
y'all.
years? What?
Let me help y'all. Let me help y'all. These are the things I say to us all the time that when we see. Listen, I know statistics. I know when people put them out because I worked in domestic violence. I worked years in that department of how you produce the statistics to touch people, to make them believe certain things in certain ways. This statistic is true based on how it's set up, right? They're saying, hey, these people are equally yoked because they're saying, and by them saying that on their prospective gender category, right? So in reference to knowing that in the world there are more women than there are men, they're not competing with them in reference to the number of getting degrees. They're referencing it in to the number in the category of men of getting degrees, and that's why they got this nice list of 1 through 8 and all these different nationalities to show you that Asian people, Asian men and Asian women are getting the most degrees than anybody else. Then next behind them are the white men and white women. And then we are coming together as black men and black women as number 3 getting degrees. Now, when we go and check out a statistic that was done, and we know the statistic came out in the last 5 years, that black women are the most educated women of all women in the United States. Black women was getting more education than white women, Asian women, trans women, all women. And so when we see something like this is why I say that we have to get out of, and since you said this earlier, commingling ourselves into statistics with other nationalities or other races, and then using that to represent us because it doesn't really honestly represent us.
No,
What? I
this
didn't hear
is
that
all.
last part
This is
because what?
Because that doesn't listen. There are not. Look how many people they saying Asian women, right? It's 59% men and 56% women Asian getting a bachelor's or higher level degree, right? Uh, is that even contingent with the amount of Asian people we have in America?
well. You. I was watching a documentary the other day. And they was like, yeah, the Asians that come over here to go to school couldn't cut it over there in Asia, so that's why they're here. They I thought that was interesting. But
Well,
yeah,
no,
but
okay,
again,
but
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 again,
hold on. I live in a guy. Listen, I live in a city that has multiple colleges. And when I look around, yes, I see Asians in the college, but I see more of them with restaurants selling Asian food and food trucks than I see going to college.
well, the highest population of them going to college is gonna be in California, or whatnot. That's that whole that Ivy League area over there, with Stanford and all that stuff.
Nigga, we
I
live in
don't,
that. I live in the Ivy League area.
you live where they sell water ice.
Well, let me just say this. Let's read the last part of this, and then we're gonna take some last comments, and we're gonna take a leave until next week when we
No,
come
man,
back.
let me get the next slide, man. What's the next slide?
No,
Cause
that's it. That's all.
all,
Listen, that was all the
listen,
slides.
that's all the slides.
No, that's all the slides for the night, man. I'm not
Man, let
putting
me
them
see what
next.
the next slide is, man. Jaiquetta over there on the treadmill, she ain't got nowhere to go. What, she watching Law and Order on the screen? Man, go to the
No,
next
I'm
slide.
looking in the yard.
Listen, no, you are. You got the Jesus halo behind your head while you're on the treadmill stuff.
But
Come
we
on, man,
already
go
know
to the
what
next.
that's about.
Yeah, I know you got the glow of the power. I got the glow. Come, hey man, come on, man. What's the next slide? STEM degrees.
The other slide about STEM degrees. That was the next slide. So I mean, it's good. I bring it up now. So and then all this side is really saying is that, and when you look at STEM degrees, there are more men get STEM degrees than women are.
Well, well, well.
Like,
This actually says more about black women. Listen, man, I don't want no trouble, man. And your viewing audience, please don't take this no kind of way, right? Um, and I'm not a part of this show. I'm just a troll coming to talk a little trash because I ain't talked to this man in a little minute. But all of this has been propaganda to brainwash melanated people into the mouse trap of Caucasians, right? And I want you to understand something. The reason why black women are the most educated population, because if Caucasian men gave their Caucasian women as much power as they gave black women, they would have trouble in their household, and white women would not deal with them. That's why they outlawed abortion, because they trying to control their vagina and what they do. So they cannot give them that much control. And by black men having more degrees in STEM is showing that black women are more administrative, leadership, HR, educational things that further corrupt the children of the black race and keep them in the cycle of Caucasian oppression. Yeah, I apologize. Yes.
listen, you don't have to apologize. We're not listen. Your facts, so how you would think things, just as equal as anything else. And so we want to first I want to thank you for joining us tonight.
Jaiquetta,
Quetta,
man, wait, hold on, man. Jaiquetta, what's your goals in the weight room after this conversation with two geniuses?
Oh man, I don't know.
You
14
just
more
you
pounds
you
in a
just
month.
you
I
you
just dropped 14 pounds, so
oh
got to
yeah?
drop another 14 within the next
Ha,
3, 4
in
14
in
weeks.
how many
14 and
in how many
14 and
in how many
28.
days? In how many days you trying to drop 14
How
pounds?
many more days?
No, me.
Within
How many
like
days what you
how
want?
many days did I drop the 14 pounds?
No, no. I'm saying how many days you trying to drop the 14 pounds? In how many days?
And how many days upcoming?
Yeah.
Well, I did the last one in 20 days, so I'm gonna go for another 20.
Hey man, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get your contact information. We're gonna drop 30 pounds in 20 days, young lady. I'm gonna help you
Okay.
out. Yeah, I ain't mad at it. We
Don't
gonna
get
get you
yourself in
right.
no trouble.
Go get no trouble. What the hell? Is Donald Trump on here? Yeah, what's the
Hey,
FBI
Andy.
man? Ain't nobody in here gonna get me in no trouble. Hey, hey, Rob, make sure you send me the information, man. We gonna get a down 30 pounds in 30 days. Yeah, we're gonna put on the intact digest. Yeah, get you
Yeah,
right.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, you know damn right. Shit. Everybody need to go buy stock IFUS. Every hour, if you work 5 days a week, you need to take 1 hour of your paycheck for every day, and you need to put it on stock IFUS. No lie. Yeah. Oh, so what else you gonna do besides the treadmill in the weight room? What you gonna do, Shawty?
I already did the weights.
You did the
Did
weights?
dumbbells. I did
Uh
dumbbells. I did 3 sets of 10.
huh.
I
That's what
did
I'm
two
talking
different
about.
sets.
Okay.
Do the
See.
elliptical. I didn't get on the elliptical yet.
All right.
So I usually do that right before I leave.
See, this is great education. This is more educational than these goddamn slides y'all presented right here. This how to keep your marriage together with your quit on the treadmill, doing weights and supersets.
Keeping your marriage together, keeping yourself together.
That's what I'm talking about.
Keep your body right. Keep your mind right.
Yes, yes,
Everything else
yes,
fall into place.
yes.
Your
Rick
spirit
Ross
right.
was out there telling them diced pineapples, even. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
That's good, man. Hey, listen, folks. Thank you for joining us tonight. I know that we normally
Look at
have.
Jaiquetta. Jaiquetta over here. What you finna do? Swinging abductors? What you got going on? Look like you in the total recall machine.
I know normally we have.
No.
Let me cut.
Yeah, I am doing something with my ads.
Let me cut
See?
this.
That's what I'm talking about. See, these last 18 minutes is very beneficial. If you're married, you need to get on the ab machine. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And if you divorced too.
You what now?
I said, and if you divorced too.
Oh yeah, yeah. That way you can go to silk sucker and sundresses with your workout
Okay,
abs.
now listen. Now, okay, okay. So listen. So thank you, folks, for joining us tonight. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Don't
Phan
you
will
wish
be
your
here.
girlfriend was hot like me? Don't
Phan,
you wish your girlfriend was eat like me? Oh, don't you? Yeah. Like
all right, so we'll get with you next
So
week. I had to get this man up here. He'll keep on talking
I can't even
and
hear you
running his
right now.
mouth over and over again, loud and clear. But thank y'all for joining us. We'll be here back next week. Part two. Part two of. Oh, you
I
can't hear
can't
me,
hear
G?
you, Ron.
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
know if
know
you
why you
muted
can't.
yourself.
Yeah. No, I'm not muted. I'm not muted at all. I'm loud and clear. Let me show you. I know that I know you can hear me because yeah. I can hear myself on the screen, so they can hear me out there. You might be you might I got a whole studio in here that I'm working in. So I know if the feedback coming, and now Jaiquetta's gone. All right, I want to thank you for joining
the
us.
weight room is going on in the weight
I, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. Me, Jaiquetta, Phan. We'll be here back next week. Part two. I think this is going to be a four-parter. So part two next week. And we'll have some more conversation about this. I'm pretty sure that our brother will probably come back again because I know he loves to have these kind of conversations. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you here next week at Black Marriage and Family, the show that hopefully can bring our community back together, building on our Black love and our Black family. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you here back next week. Sleep, you want to say anything before we cut off?
Jaiquetta in the weight room, saving your marriage. Every Tuesday night, hit a cash app. She's gonna show you how to tie boom.